How to configure shipping costs in your StoreConnect store. All right, so I'm in Salesforce. I'm in the StoreConnect app, and I'm going to go down to StoreConnect navigation. I'm going to go into configuration, then locations, and I'm going to click zones. Okay, so there are a couple of steps here. First of all, we need to create a zone which our shipping rate will apply to. Then we need to activate shipping as a whole on our store. Then we need to set what the shipping rate is. And finally, we just enable our products to use the shipping rate. Now, zones are completely arbitrary, meaning they do not have to necessarily be restricted to the borders of certain cities or countries or anything. You can create a completely custom zone for this shipping price to be applied to. So let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to create a new zone. This zone I'm just going to call Australia. Save that. Now you'll see here in the related zone identifiers, everything that you can include in this zone. You can include countries, states of countries, postcodes, and even cities. So for this, I'm just going to keep it simple and make one zone for the whole country of Australia. So all I need to do is add a zone country. So I'll click New. I'm going to open this and go New Country. Give it the name, and then you add the country code that it applies to. So Australia would be Australia. Click Save. All right, it's as simple as that to set up a country as a zone. Click Save. Now you'll see that this zone is called Australia, and it includes the country of Australia. The name of the zone does not have to be the name of the country. It can be anything. It could be the east coast of Australia, and then it would only include the zone states of the east coast of Australia. Hence, you can completely customize your own zones. And to these zones, we can then apply our shipping costs. Now that the zone is set up for the country of Australia, next I need to go into my store itself and tell it that we will be activating shipping. So to do that, I go into StoreConnect navigation, open configuration, stores, and I go to the stores list view. I select my store and simply need to enable shipping right here. So go Edit, scroll down to Shipping, and check this box. Save. This will now enable shipping to show up as part of the checkout process for the customer. Next, we need to create the shipping rate. So that would be the cost of the shipping to this zone. So again, go to StoreConnect navigation. Under Configuration, open Fulfillment, and then Shipping Rates. Okay, let's create a new shipping rate for this zone. So I'll go New, give it a name. I'm just going to call this Standard Post. Select my store, select the zone that it applies to. So that would be Australia. Then select the method of shipping. So we have 3 available here. I will choose Regular Post. Next, choose how this shipping rate applies to the order, how it's calculated that is, whether by price, weight, or price and weight. In my case, I will just do price, and then choose the unit, which would be dollars. You can also include custom instructions here, which would appear on the checkout page if needed. But most importantly, set a cost. Down below here, you can now set the minimum and maximum price or weight requirements for this shipping. So in my case, if I want it to apply to everything, I would simply set the minimum order price to $0. That way it will apply to all prices that go through checkout. Then click Save. Wonderful, that's the shipping rate sorted. Now the final step is to enable this to apply to my products. So we'll go to StoreConnect navigation, under Products, go to my Products list view, select a product. In this case, it will be the Steve plushie. And then I go Edit this record, and then scroll down to Shipping. And I simply need to set the available shipping method for this product. So in this case, it would be Regular Post. And add that to this side. That's all. Click Save. Let's now check that everything works on the site. So this is my product page for the orange hoodie Steve. Add it to cart. Go to Checkout. Customer inputs their information. Go Continue. The delivery section now becomes available at checkout. So under Shipping, I can select my Standard Post for $10, then click Next and follow through with the rest of the payment. And boom, that's all done. And in the record, it's now applied a $10 Standard Post shipping fee. Now, if I also wanted to add an express post method, here's how I can do that. I go back to my standard post, which I set up, open this. Then I'll go over to here and I will clone this to save time. I'm then going to rename this new one express post. I will set the method now as express post. By the way, this method can be customized totally. So any number of methods can be added to this list. And this helps the system recognize that a different method of post is being selected at checkout. I will then increase the price for Express and click Save. Now if I just go back into my product record again for the Steve plushie, edit this, go back down to shipping, and just ensure that Express post shipping method is also included. Click Save. Now let's return to the page. And you'll now see that two options of shipping are available, Standard and Express, each with their different price points. Back in the shipping rate, there are also some additional options, such as we can choose to calculate this shipping based on weight. So I'm in my standard post, and if I change this to calculate by weight, then change this to kilograms, then I can initially charge a flat rate fee for the shipping, but then over here, I can add additional information to charge extra depending on the weight of the total order. So for example, I can charge an extra $2, so put 2 in here, for each kilogram added to the order. That's what this setting would mean. So the base fee is $10, but then depending on the weight, it's an additional $2 for each kilogram. And then down here, I'll just clear the price-based range, and in the weight-based range, I will set the order weight minimum to 0. Then click Save. All right, good, that's set. There's just one more thing I need to do, and that is I need to ensure that the product itself knows how much it weighs. So I'll choose a different product for this. This is my Steve's mystery box. I'll go Edit. Then down in Shipping Information, I will give this a weight if it does not have one set already. So under Shipping Weight, I will put 1. And the shipping weight unit will be kilograms. So this box will weigh, for the sake of example, 1 kilogram. Click Save. Now let's run this through the checkout. Okay, here's my product, add it to cart, go to checkout, put in customer information, and look here, the standard post shipping, which I just adjusted, now has the flat rate of $10 plus an additional $2 because the quantity of this box equals a weight of 1 kilogram. Now if I go back and I increase my quantity, let's say 5, resume checkout, the standard post has now gone up to $20. So that's a $10 base fee plus $2 for each kilogram, and in which case there are now 5 kilograms. So that's how you can adjust the postage based on weight. Another cool thing we can do is we can have different shipping rates altogether based on the total value or weight of an order. So let's say standard post, $10 plus $2 for each kilogram. But let's say we need a new value if they go above 10 kilograms, because postage can get quite expensive at that point. So down here in the weight-based range, I can set an order weight maximum. So if the order rate's going to change at 10 kilograms, then I will just set the maximum here to 9.99, just under 10 kilograms. Save this. Now I'm going to clone this and create a new shipping rate for the same type of postage, standard postage. And now down here, I'm going to set that this shipping rate begins at 10 kilograms and has no maximum. And at this point, the flat rate is $25 and each additional kilogram is $4. Give it a different name for internal reference, but on the display name, which is what's actually seen on the checkout, I'll leave it as standard post because the customers don't need to know this. Save this. Let's go back to the order. Here's the product. Add it to cart. Go to checkout. Go down to shipping. Good. So right now the order is under 10 kilograms. So the earlier standard postage fee applies. But now let's go back and say we want 10. So now it's going just over the maximum. And look what's happened here. The standard post has now gone up to $65. So that's a $25 flat rate fee plus $4 per kilogram in the order. And there's 10 kilograms, and there is your standard post fee. Shipping rates can also be calculated by price and weight together, so there is huge levels of customization you can perform with this. However, you can also choose to connect an external shipping provider, in which case you would be using their pricing directly connected to your StoreConnect store, which will be covered in another video. And there you go. That's how to set up shipping costs for your products in your StoreConnect store. Be sure to subscribe for more videos like this.